Throughout the game of soccer, many conflicts arise from the competitive feelings between players and fans, each craving a good result. However, the most heated and controversial conflicts originate from overzealous fans and players relying on racism to insult the opposing team. This is not the correct way to express passion for the game. Racism in soccer persists as a major problem, which causes violent targeting of players, discouragement, and sometimes the players being forced off the field, ruining the game. Therefore, players and fans should have strict punishments for acts of racism. In 2006, Samuel Eto'o, a striker for Barcelona and Africa's Player of the Year, was taunted by racist fans and almost left the game because he couldn't handle it anymore. His teammates convinced him to stay on
Had a
now.
word with the stadium manager, it would appear, and something's happened. Something being thrown at Samuel Eto'o, or he's getting very hot under the collar about something.
No mas, he's saying, no more. Well, he looks totally incensed. Samuel Eto'o wants to leave the park, Kevin. Something has happened behind this goal that has really infuriated him.
Well, Samuel Eto'o,
He's refusing to carry on.
and the Barcelona players are trying to talk him round here. He appears to be saying enough's enough.
Similar to Eto'o, Mark Zorro, playing for Italian side Messina, walked off the field after being taunted by racist fans.
What I did was instinctive. They were in my head. My head was so full of what they were saying, I couldn't concentrate on the game, and I couldn't go on like that, and I had to pick up the ball.
A banner read, "Peanuts and bananas are the pay for your infamy." In another instance, after scoring a late game-winning goal, Georgios Katidis celebrated with a Nazi salute, which was deemed racist. At the end of an English Premier League game, striker Luis Suarez racially abused Patrice Evra. This led to a lot of controversy and a tense meeting in their next game. During the pre-match ceremony of the following game, Suarez refused to shake Patrice Evra's hand, reigniting the situation. Suarez was not entirely at fault, however. After the game, Patrice Evra showboated in front of Luis Suarez, forcing the referee to intervene in order to prevent escalation. One team that seems to be targeted by racism frequently is Italian giants AC Milan. There have been various cases of racism in the club, but perhaps the most controversial involves striker Mario Balotelli.
AC Milan have almost accidentally found themselves at the forefront in the fight against racism, with several of the club's black players having been subjected to racist abuse, most notably star striker Mario Balotelli. There were monkey chants during a Europa League game against Porto when he played for Manchester City, and it was the Italian who was the target of abuse from Spain fans during Euro 2012. Roma supporters targeted him in a game against AC Milan in May, while in February, fans from former club Inter Milan hurled more monkey chants and inflatable bananas during a game against their city rivals. When I caught up with Balotelli at the Milan training ground, I found a player clearly affected by the treatment he'd received.
When you're playing and you hear something like you heard when you were playing against Roma, and you've heard unfortunately when you've played against other teams, what does that make you feel?
After what happened to the last game, no, I felt a little bit alone when I was home, and I always said that if it happened in the stadium, I just do like if nobody say nothing and I don't care. But this time, I think I changed my mind a little bit, and if it's gonna happen one more time, I'm gonna leave the pitch because it's so stupid.
You said you feel alone. You feel that authorities are doing enough to protect players? The authorities, the officials, FIFA, UEFA, the league, do you think they are doing enough?
Nah, I don't wanna talk about.
Okay.
I don't wanna say something.
Okay. So what would you tell the fans that come over to the stadium and have this kind of behavior? What message would you?
Support your team, support your players, and don't really be bothered about other player. Yes, it's normal. Maybe sometimes you say.
There are insults to players.
You can say something against other players. Okay, it's normal, but not racist things.
If you were in charge, what kind of punishment would you put in place for any fans that exhibit racist behavior during matches?
Well, punishment, bad punishment, no, I won't say that, because I think every human being deserves a second chance. And a lot of people I don't know, a lot of people do that. I don't know what goes through their mind. But the most important thing is that we find a good way to prevent these kind of things.
The Italian authorities have sent a message that abuse will not be tolerated. But is it enough?
Racism ruins the beautiful game of soccer because it causes players to be targeted violently, discouraging them, and sometimes even forcing them off the field. Despite its preeminence, anyone can help solve the serious problem of racism. For example, if you go to a local soccer game and experience racist fans near you, report them to the authorities immediately, who will gladly get rid of them. Also, if teammates make racist comments towards any player on the opposing team, tell him or her to stop immediately, or discourage them from making racist comments. Let's not allow racism to ruin the beautiful game of soccer that was originally created to unite nations, not separate them.